Is Gavra streaming? Or is he not? Okay, he is. I don't know, it's just my laptop. I just unplugged it from. Okay, let's just quickly. Anyway, I've unplugged the charger from my laptop, which should maybe the heating issues. I'm not sure what's really happening because my Discord just crashed for the second time, which I'm quite concerned about. It hasn't happened, but I've just now unplugged my laptop, which should maybe stop it. But yeah, apologies everyone for that again, but I will try and hopefully prevent this from happening because it is very crazy. But anyway, we've got Psycho Utilito on pole Psycho on pole position. I couldn't really go through the grid, but I will go through the grid in the race director. But yeah, Pushadinos, thank you for the subscription of Prime. Thank you for the sub. But yeah, now we pray. Oh wait, I'm starting the race. So I can actually see if it's rain. Okay, it's dry for the entire race, everybody. It's dry for the race entirely. But currently, so we've got Psycho who takes pole position with Utilito second, Jolty third, Money Game fourth, Fake Nuts in fifth, Il Checho sixth, Devore seventh, Spannel, Liam and Luffy complete the top 10 with Milo Bello, Tootsie Boy, Sick Boy, Cable Monkey and Frank Martin completing the top 15, and then still on the back, the steps, Jossing, James Bisrael, Scatia complete the whole thing with me behind, of course. So I will quickly just slow down, but anyway, we won't be really seeing it, but I was trying to see what I will see. But anyway, it is lights out and away we go as I'm literally driving. As I think that Psycho get a great start, but his wheel-to-wheel Utilito going into turn 1 is side by side through the chicane, but currently quite a bit chaotic into turn 1. As Scatia at the back having a mistake as Luffy has spun and Jossing has made a bit of a mistake, so quite chaos at the back. But currently Psycho is leading this Grand Prix with Utilito just behind him, is going to try and possibly make a bit of a indent into Psycho's dominance at the moment, but still we've got currently Psycho leading here and everyone is off and away. As now I'm going to quickly just slow down here and let Luffy pass because I'm literally on my wheel as I'm speaking. I've just let Luffy past. As now I'm just going to quickly finish this lap. I'm currently into turn just before the second straight, so I've got to quickly. But yeah, I'll be maybe in like maybe a 1 minute, 1 more minute, and we should be back into commentator duties. But it's a 20. Oh, is it 2? I think it's 225% race. I thought it was a 50% race. But anyway, we still got I think Psycho leading this race at the moment. With I think that's Frank Martin spinning as yellow flags at the back. Frank Martin has spun, which has caused quite a bit of controversy, especially what could have happened to him. As now I'm going to go into the pits and retire from this Grand Prix, hopefully not causing any safety car. But I have retired now, so I can successfully arrive back to the commentary box. As now Psycho leading from Utilito, who's quite using a lot of battery, however with Psycho with a lot more ERS. And now I'm back in the commentary box as Utilito fighting for that P2 at the moment, who's trying his best to try and maybe get that P1 at the moment. He's using that battery to try and keep it Psycho's DRS, because DRS around here, it is quite crucial to keep. But he's still got Money Game behind as there's yellow flags. I think, oh, that's my car. And there's also yellow flags. I think that's Scatcher at the back spinning, unfortunately. But currently, who else? I think that's everyone. But still, there's a lot of racing, especially from 7th to it's pretty much to 14th. There's just this big train of drivers, so quite close racing at the moment between pretty much the hot grid nearly in this DRS trade too. Jossing's just got involved in this as well, so it's going to be pretty much DRS trade as someone has spun, and now Cable Monkey's out of the race, and he's collided with Liam, it seems. That could bring out a safety car maybe, and that could really open up strategies for the soft tyres, but Liam is going to stay out. But what has happened to Cable Monkey? Tier 1 will have a 50% race. We'll have, I think this one's just the traditional format. Anyway, we've got Utilito, who's currently behind with DRS. He can't find a way past Psycho here, so Psycho's just pretty much gonna float past the grid now, and he's just gonna try his best to manage that lead. Now he's got 1.1 seconds to the next car by the name of Utilito, and then Money Game behind with Jorty, currently just in the DRS, but Checho using that little bit of a battery really close to the back of the Haas. I think the Haas might have a little bit more downforce, which helps him in the corners, but does really drag him down on the straights. But as you can see, Checho has quite a good amount of straight line speed in the back of the Aston Martin, but now going through scene, and is he gonna maybe try and go for a move as Jorty is losing a little bit of pace here, and now Steps has actually got past Sick Boy round the outside. Is still side by side as the Sick Boy degrades down to P10, and that's gonna be as the Steps promoting himself up to P9, and he's got around 3 seconds. The next car, Dvory, who's in this train with Fake Nuts and just ahead of him, who's quite struggling with battery it seems, and he's just fallen out of battery, and this could maybe be a move for Dvory into turns 1 and 2, but it could be quite decisive here. But Dvory is going to stay behind, and he's probably going to try and make the move going through to the first back straight, but still Jossing also quite close behind Tootie Boy, but Tootie Boy has managed to stay ahead. And also Liam getting past him, I think, but actually Luffy's trying to get a fight back, going through turn number 3 and through turn 4. They're side by side, but Luffy manages to get the position and goes up to P14. And Sick Boy is the first driver to get a penalty against Liam, tries to stick McLaren up the inside of the Ferrari, as now there's a three-way fight going through the straight. As Luffy goes a bit wide at the back. If Gavra can maybe try and get it, there's a nice fight between Liam and Luffy, as now Luffy's going to try and go around the outside of Liam, as he does manage to make the move successful, and he's going to stay, he's going to live for another day around Paul Ricard. But still, Liam is using his battery. Can he maybe fancy a move through scene through turn 10, and he's gonna go down the inside, is still side by side, but Liam manages to seal the move once again, and he takes P14. But still got Frank Martin going all over the back of Luffy as we speak, but currently Liam is ahead, as now some drivers pitting, Fake Nutson and Dvory pitting, and also there's a Mercedes at the back of Scatcher spinning, unfortunately. After all that, it was quite a nice race between Liam and Luffy, but can he still continue? Still got Frank Martin at DRS, but that was really good racing, and surprisingly my Discord hasn't crashed. I think it might have been just the overheating issue. That my overheating, it then causes some of the stuff to crash and that. But yeah, but currently Psycho's still leading, but Money Game has actually gained quite a lot. And if you're not noticing this, he's quite on the back of Utilito. Utilito seems to lose some pace, I think. After this, before last lap, he's quite lost the pace. And he's 9/10 off in the middle sector, so he is struggling right now with pace. And he could maybe lose second place here. He's fighting right now for for his DLI for P2 now, with Money Game really close behind the Alpine. But you know, Money Game, he's quite on the pace here, even with no ERS. Put it. If you want some gaps, I could tell you some gaps. But currently Utilito is P2 with 2.7. But if Yeah, there you go. Great, thank you, Gavra. That's very nice. But anyway, I'll also if you don't need if you need any like updates on penalties or whatever, then just let me know. Just tell me that, and I will quickly just switch that whilst Gavra can focus on the gaps. But yeah, currently, so only three drivers currently on fresh mediums, with pretty much the whole grid on mediums except for Spaniel and Jossing, who are on the soft. So pretty much soft is the alternate strategy in this Grand Prix. But also, but to be honest, in these types of races, I don't trust this medium tires in this 25% race. I'm not sure who's Jonah Power. What driver are you? Like, who are you? Like what car are you? What's your username? Because but I can see Miller Bello. I think Frank Martin, as we were speaking, I think he's just overtaken Miller Bello going into the back straight, and he made the move stick, and he goes up to P13. Quite a nice move there from the AlphaTauri on the sister team Red Bull, but. There's a 2x2 kind of, but Liam is really dangerously close, and he's going to try and go for a move on Joss. He breaks early, and now he's going to try and seal it to the inside, and someone ahead of him has spun, and that is G&B Cyril on those medium tyres, and he's really struggling to get back on the power in the AlphaTauri, but now Liam could get himself another position following his crash with Cable Monkey, but now J&B Cyril does go into the pit, and I think J&B Cyril spun once again, which really is not the best for him. Oh, you Cable Monkey. Yeah, he's tier 1 pace. Yep. You can confirm. Oh, so you are a Cable Monkey. Alright then. It's because sometimes people have used different usernames compared to their PS usernames, so it's quite difficult to find who they actually are. But currently, Money Games lost his pace a little bit, as well as Utilito is just outside a DRS gap. But fair play for Utilito, nearly getting overtaken by Money Games just to get outside of DRS. Sorry for the one who crashed into me. The McLaren spun. Yeah, it's alright. If you couldn't avoid it, then it's just unfortunate. Stuff like that happens, and he's just gotta get ready for the next race now. But unfortunately for you, mate, but stuff does happen like that, unfortunately. So Il Checho is still I think he's actually got ahead of Jolty, and with Jocelyn getting a 3-second penalty, as we just seen, and as you can see, he's using his battery. I think he's trying to make Il Checho defend to try and maybe gain a bit more time, but that's because he's going for that nice switchback. So I think Jolty is just trying to put Il Checho under pressure to making a mistake, so ultimately he could get past him. Both of Il Checho does have a penalty of 3 seconds, whereas Jolty has no penalties against his name, so it's very close to them. Yeah, it's alright, Gavra, it's alright. At least it's fine. At least it's good. At least it's good. It's just that. But currently Utilito 4 seconds behind Psycho, who's just been pretty much sitting and dominating this race. He's trying to just pretty much control the race, control his tyres, and he's probably going to go into the pits quite soon, if I'm going to be honest, because he's really on the pace around Paul Ricard. But Money Game currently still trying to gain at DRS. Is pretty much equal pace at the moment between both of them, but Jolty and Il Checho currently still really close behind, but as the top 4 go into the pits, and Il Checho gets a penalty for speeding in pit lane, which just worsens his chance of winning this, of getting a podium even, maybe, if mistake happened. But Psycho, we're on the softs, and probably all the medium runners are going to be pouring into the pits for those soft tyres with Liam as well gunning, and also Frank Martin, and I think that's everybody at the moment. There's only 3 medium tyre runners currently on for another lap, as Psycho currently 3 seconds behind Sick Boy, and Tootie Boy behind him with will he get the DRS? Maybe. Will he get the DRS? I think he might. No, is he gonna get it? No, he's not. He was very close though. Fair play to him. He was quite close, and currently the gap between him and Psycho is around nearly 5 seconds, so the gap has quite increased. Money Games, also the gap as well has quite increased. It was around a second, now it's 2 seconds, so a little bit of... It's a little bit of shuffles there and there, but still we have... We still have 5 more laps of racing until we head on to the second race, and after that we will have then the TL1, which I will probably be racing for, maybe not, I'm not sure. But Tootie Boy gets a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane, which also is unfortunate for him, so he's gonna have to abide by that to the end of the race. He's got 5 seconds, not 3 seconds, so he would have got 8 seconds. But Psycho leads his Grand Prix, and he's going to be absolutely blitzing past the field now with this pace. 5/10 in qualifying, quite a big gap. But let's see, can Uterto maybe somehow gain maybe 5 seconds somehow to Psycho, which probably would happen, but you never know. Psycho can still spin. But Psycho's doing a very good job, and he deserves this race win because he was winning from start to finish, and he is just pretty much just keep it on cruise mode and just flying past. He's currently 5/10 up in the middle sector, which just proves how much he is really going for it. Jorty currently just in that DRS, Checho and Jorty. During our battery still, there's pretty much just in that DRS, in that bond. As Luffy gets a penalty for speed, not for speed in the pit lane, for track limits, as he's going to try and chase down Jossing, but Milo Bella out of nowhere, and he's going to be side by side. He actually overtakes Luffy going through scene, and could he maybe pull another overtake on Jossing? Is he going to go for the move to the inside of the medium runner Jossing, who's going to be on those slower tyres? Is he going to try maybe go for a move, as he does not, unfortunately, but he could still maybe go for a move through sector 3. There's still a nice opportunity for him, but is he going to try and maybe go around the outside of penultimate corner? It's a very ballsy move, but he's trying to, like Gavra, he's going to try and send it to the inside. Jossing gives him the room, but it's going to be side by side between Melo Bello and Jossing through the main straight, as they make a bit of tyre banging through the main straight. If Gavra can... Yes, as they actually have, but there's a lot of racing going on behind here. We should have our eyes on this battle, which from 15th to 13th, 16th to 13th, sorry, and it's very crazy right now. 2 medium runners versus 2 soft runners, as we've still got 3 laps left to this Grand Prix, as it's going to be 2 Red Bulls against 1 Ferrari and 1 AlphaTauri. The AlphaTauri is kind of edging past now, but still we've got Luffy still trying to maybe get some inroads on Jossing, and he's also in that Red Bull sandwich. Remember, he's got Frank Martin just behind him. He's going to maybe go for a move around seeing to 10-10. He's just about maybe going to think about move, but Luffy's got that straight line speed, and as you can see, he's really quick. But is he going to maybe go for a very, very interesting move? He's trying to go for the move on the medium runner. There's 2 medium runners ahead of him, as Luffy gets a bit wide out of turn next turn 12, but now through into turn 13. He's going to be very close between Frank Martin and it's going to be Luffy as these yellow flags, and that's Il Checho. Il Checho has spun, and that is really not going to be really good for him. That is really unfortunate. Steps now all over the back of Aston Martin. He's just around 3/10, but we have got to watch this as now Frank Martin currently as the Red Bull teammates battle each other. As now Luffy has now just been overtaken by both Red Bulls, and the Red Bulls rage on from the back. It's the penultimate lap. I don't think there's any team orders from the team from Milton Keynes, but can they maybe go for a nice little battle at the end? As you can see, Jossing is going to try and use the battery, but Frank Martin has just simply those tyres which really give him that extra grip and speed and tenths to get ahead. But yeah, I really imagine Fake Nuts and currently as well 5/10, so you could see a last lap battles between 6th and 5th, and also 14th, 15th to 16th. So still battling going on as Justin goes quite a bit wide, but Luffy nearly went to move there to the inside, but let's quickly watch Fake Nutten versus Dvory on this last lap. It's going to be a battle for P5 provisionally, but Dvory has that 8-second penalty, which is going to really hurt him. I think I might promote him up to P9, but Nutten needs to get this move done if he wants to get P5. Yeah, he can get P5 in this race, but Psycho also is just heading to the second and final sector of this lap, and he's dominated the whole race. But we've got to watch this battle between Fake Nutzen and Dvory. They're using all of their battery, but Fake Nutzen just isn't too close to go for a move. There's still opportunities as Dvory makes a very nice complex. Yeah, I used to do it quite a lot. I've used to pretty much do it every race, but now I've kind of gone into driving now because, of course, found commentating, like, the passion it is just a little bit iffy. But I currently fight Psycho through the final corner. He's dominated every single lap, and he's going to take the checkered flag and wins the first weekend league race of the season. And this is going to be a fantastic start for the Aston Martin. Exactly what he wanted. Pole position, fastest lap, and the race win. He just about wins under 10 seconds from Utilito. Moneygain takes third, and Jewel J takes fourth after that penalty. And Dvory goes up down to P6, and Spanel jumps up to P5. Great result from the Alfa Romeo, and Dvory will probably take P8. Sick Boy with P9. And Il Checho just about in the top 10 with Tootie Boy 11th. Liam will overtake Tootie Boy at the end and will take P11 after that collision with Cable Monkey, in which the McLaren has made a collision with him. Maybe the stewards could look at that incident, but the McLaren is in P11 at the moment, with that just scatter now through the final corner. Psycho, yeah, I think, yeah, Psycho could win the championship. You never know, though. Never know. But now Scatcher takes the checkered flag. Yeah, I pretty much take the checkered flag. But yeah, that was a very interesting race. Especially for the battle between Jossing, the Luffy. That was incredibly interesting. The steps takes driver of the day in the game. Now, we have finished the first race. Don't leave yet. Still got another race to go about. Psycho wins this one though. He takes it home and quite comfortably by around 10 seconds. Yeah, so from the race results, we have got Psycho taking the race win. The only man in the 131s with Utilito P2, Money Game third, Jorty fourth, Spanel completing the top five, with Fake Nutson, The Steps, Dvory, Sick Boy, and Il Checho completing the top 10, with Liam, Milobello, Tutti Boy, Frank Martin or Frank Martin, or Martin, I'm not sure. Luffy 15th, Jossing 16th, JMB Surreal 17th, Scatcher 18th, Cable Monkey, and myself, of course, after accidentally starting with the car, P20, and then Cable Monkey, the only retiree after avoid crashing, unfortunately, and which didn't cause a safety car, which is quite nice, but could have make the race a bit more interesting for sure. But really happy with that result. Definitely with Psycho. But Gavra, if you're in the chat, are we doing interviews? Yeah, after race 2, that was what I meant. And also for League 1, if that's correct. Tier 1, if that's correct. But yeah, if that's the case, then we'll have some also, Gavra, maybe make a quick little. Yeah, that looks a lot better. It looks so great. Looks great. Gavra, also maybe make like a little announcement before the second race. Or you can maybe like pause this at the moment. Don't tell the drives to ready up, but just quickly restart your PC. Yeah, everything's smooth though. Everything's quite good as it stands. But yeah, just tell the drivers to let them know that there's going to be interviews after this race if anyone wants to attend them. It can be absolutely anyone, and I'll ask them questions of how. And yeah. Yep, I have press spectate. Yep, I have this time. Apologies, but there's a very big mess in my room because of course my parents come home from holiday, so of course we pulled some stuff, and all. I've got a new phone, new watch, and all that, so of course I had to set them up, which took me time, and also a lot of other stuff. And yeah, a lot of stuff happening in this during this time. Also tell Scatcher, I think he's in the Ferrari if I'm not incorrect. If I'm correct. If I'm right. I think Scatcher's in the Ferrari. Just think he is. Yeah, one shot. But yeah. Oh yeah, Gavra, if we're gonna do the interviews, then wait, will the commentary box be opened after the second race? Because I think it's gonna be open, right? The voice chat, because it's only for commentators. Just need to quick clear on that. If you don't know what I mean, I'll just quickly just say it. But pretty much after race 2, I'm not sure if we're gonna go move to another channel, like an open channel, and let everyone who's in tier 2 and also some people who are not in out, they can be muted, and then the people who want to interview, then you should be interviewed by myself. So yeah, if you understand me, then just let me know. But I think it probably might be through commentary box. But yeah, so continuing on now with the format. So it's going to be now a one-shot qualifying where drivers will have to go around the circuit only one lap. And if they invalidate, it's going to be pretty much on the back of the grid, if I'm going to be completely honest. And yes, I have pressed spectate this time. I have double checked, and yep, I have in spectate mode. And it's quite nice and sunny around the, I think it's the northwest of France. I'm not exactly sure, but Still, we've got around 5 seconds until the drivers set their laps, and probably Psycho will take pole position. If I'm gonna be completely honest, I'm not sure. You never know. He might invalidate because he invalidated actually his final lap. So never know what could happen. But I'll try my best to see what will happen. But 20 seconds until we have finished our setup preparation. Of course, the drivers preparing their setups made for this Grand Prix and getting ready to go for a one-shot qualifying lap. The drivers will only have one lap to get their lap on the board. So let's see who's going to be currently leading. So if Gavra can go maybe to Psycho, is now going to be on board. So through turn 1 and 2, kind of bit iffy, not really on the curves confidently there with Psycho, but currently he is P1 by maybe a bit of comfortable margin. He's really confident through the first couple of corners through sector 1 with Psycho. Now he is really pushing it through sector 1, really on the blue lines, and now through the back straight. Is very simple really for the Aston Martin as he now blasts through the straight over 100 miles an hour, 190 miles an hour, as now currently through this very quick chicane, as it's going to be difficult with traction. As you can see, Psycho nails the traction and gets the car nicely streamlined to live another day, and then he sets the purple middle sector as he's just flying with currently on this lap, as now he's going to try and go for another good corner here. There's a very long right hander which makes the rear tires start overheating, and this is a sector where the rear tires just start overheating as they start giving up. But currently Psycho really pushing the car to its limit, and through the penultimate corner, this long left hander, the rear has just started to beg for some room to have a bit of calmness at. But through the the main straight now, is Psycho going to take pole position? Yes, he is, by 30.8, and it's going to be pole by 3/10 actually. So not a very big gap, but Jordy really doing a quite good job with Utilito taking P3 behind. So great lap there from Psycho, which takes him pole position by around 3/10, with Jorty P2, Utilito 3rd, Fori 4th, Milobello 5th, Ulchetto 6th, Depp 7th, Liam 8th, Spannel 9th, and then Tutor Boy completes the top 10, Sick Boy, Cable Monkey, James Rill, Jossing, Scatia, Luffy, Fake Nutson complete the whole grid, with Frank Martin and Money Game invalidating their laps in the one-shot qualifying. So it's going to be one more race, 25% race, 13 more laps. But we hope something good will happen in the race. Maybe this could be rain, never know. As is it gonna be rain? Is it gonna be rain? Big question. It's gonna be dry. So it's gonna be another dry race. It's gonna be very sunny though. So it was compared to very overcast around Paul Ricard, but now we've got sunny skies, and the drivers will prepare themselves. Maybe it could be changeable conditions at the end of the race. Never know. But it looks like to be a dry race for the entire 13 laps. But the drivers now getting ready for what is going to be the last race, where drivers can still get good points even if they haven't got the best of. But now 5 red lights, it's going to be the start. It's lights out, and away we go for the second race. Psycho gets a good start, and now Jordy actually gets a really good launch, and is he going to be headed to turn 1? Psycho with those mediums, as Psycho gets ahead and Utilita goes off track. He might have to give that position back though, as now he's going to try and fight Utilito now is now Psycho's defending for all of his might, but Jolty with those soft tires, he's gonna really be quick and be a threat towards the top two. But everyone is very nice. I'm losing my voice a little bit, but Dvory under threat from Spano behind, as now Psycho behind from P2, and Utilito takes the lead into the second back straight. That's a great move, and he takes the lead of this Grand Prix, which is exactly what he needed. Great move from him, and he takes the lead of this Grand Prix. As now his yellow flags at the back, somebody has spun. I think that might be Frank Martin, as still we've got Fake Nutton trying to go for a move on Money Game. He's really got a big move on, getting like 8 places at the start, so Money Game really on the job here. He's going to try and gain as much position as he could in this race, but currently Utilito leading this Grand Prix by around 3/10, which might seem by a lot, but the whole grid is in a big train, so great to see this is happening. As now currently we've got Jorty, who's going to try and fight to Psycho here. Is now the steps is just behind as well, so it's a very close fight for the top, for the lead. This is what we like to see here in Gavra Racing. So we've got around a lot more laps to go now, as always see all the drivers just plowing through this quick chicane. As you might hear some voice cracks because my voice is actually going away after that start. So much going on. As all look at that, as Utilito just nearly got out of the DRS, but he's using all of his battery on this back straight, and he's just trying to get out of the DRS, it seems. As now somebody has spun. I think that's JB Cerullo and Tutti Boys made contact. JB Cerullo on the hards, interestingly. So I'm not sure what's happened to him, but on the hard tires, not really good for him. But Luffy does take a move on Cable Monkey, and Cable Monkey P12 at the moment, just closing in close to the point. But currently the grid is separated quite a bit. Money Game is also getting a bit of a move on, but there's not a lot of battery at the back of that. Car, but Utilito does set the fastest lap, but Psycho is quite behind here, but he's probably going to gain that time quite soon, as it's kind of around nearly a second. As now he is in the second, so he could be going on for Utilito quite soon, as we still got around a lot of drivers really in this train. Milobello just got out of that train of DRS, maybe, unless he might just get into that train. He just about gets in that DRS on Spano, so close there for Milobello. But now we see Steps getting ahead of Jorty now. So Jorty, after challenging for the lead, he goes down to P4, which is not the best for him in just 3 laps. So not the best for him, but he's gonna try and maybe go for a move on the steps quite soon, as he's really closing down. He's quick on the straight, it seems, but is he gonna try and maybe go for a send into turn 11? But he does stay behind for the time being, as now through turn 13 he goes, and yeah, it's just a very now let's see, can maybe Jorty get a position back? It's going to be interesting to see, as now El Checho, meanwhile, he is gaining at the back as well in this fight, and as you can see, the Steps is defending for position, as Psycho is quite a bit behind Utilito here. We could see a move, as you can see, someone has spun at the back. I think that's Scatcher, and Money Game meanwhile making those positions, and he goes into turn 1 ahead of Milobello. Great move from the Williams, but he doesn't have a lot of battery at the back of that Williams car. But hopefully everyone's hello to all 16 people. Hopefully you're all enjoying this race, but you could see a change of hands here in the lead as now Utilito is going to try and defend through into turn number 8, but Psycho takes the lead of the French Grand Prix unless Utilito can do something about it. He's gaining, is he gonna try and go around the outside through scene into turn 10? He tries to stick it, he keeps it sticking, but as he tries to go around the outside through turn 11 and through turn 12, and still there's a fight. Is around just a 10th between the pair of them. Intense fighting between the both of them, as now Psycho might just get ahead. He's using all of his battery to try and get a move on. Is he going to try and maybe go for a send into the final corner? He stays back and he's probably going to take that DRS, and he's going to try and stay behind as Shorty now goes into the pits of this Grand Prix as quite early, I think, with Miller Bello and also K1 Monkey diving into the pits, but Utilito actually got ahead of Psycho. Wow, that's interesting. Very interesting. There's still a fight opening for the lead, and I've just noticed that Utilito's actually taken the lead as Utilito's gone quite wide, and now this is going to open a grand opportunity as now Utilito has nothing to fight against, and now Psycho has taken the lead of this Grand Prix after Utilito going quite deep into turn number 8, turn number 7, and that is not the best start for best exit for him, and now he's going to try and stay close on arm's reach as now the money game's 13 positions and 5 laps, but Fake Spanel is using that battery. Going to go so side by side. Could it be 3 wide with Fake Nutson just behind, as Fake Nutson also goes for the move? Is it going to be 3 wide into turn 11, and it's going to be very close as Money Game tries and seals the inside, but Spanel keeps the position ahead. Spanel really good defending from the Alfa Romeo, but can Money Game maybe try and take a position back? But it's going to be very, very difficult, but anything can happen still. We've got 9 laps to go in this absolutely exciting race, as Steps now taking as now Utilito again has taken the lead. So we completely see the lead just changing hands lap by lap. So yeah, great defending from Spanel, defending that P5 against all his might, and of course defending against these medium runners, which is very good for him. And meanwhile, we've got still Psycho. Is he going to try and go for the move here? He's using some of his battery, but Utilito is going to be defending against the caliber of Psycho. Psycho is closing, he's closing. Is he going to go for the dive? He tries to force Utilito into a mistake, but Il Checho now actually, Psycho's teammate, gets past Vorius. Money Game and Spanel go for another fight, and is it going to be another replay of what happened last lap? And it will be as Spanel takes a position going into scene, and Fake Nutson behind as well. Psycho as well takes the lead, but we've got to look at this battle. It's a three-way battle for pretty much the points, as now Fake Nutson has nowhere to go. He's wondering where he should go. But Spanel and Money Game still fighting for the exit. But he's trying to slide down the inside like Fernando Alonso is the main contact, but not enough contact. But now Fake Nutson sees the opportunity and slides around the outside into turn 14, and he's going to take position, but Money Game is going to absolutely send into the final corner, and he forces Fake Nutson wide, but it's going to be still a battle going into turn 1, and Psycho gets a penalty. As now into turn 1, Money Game is going to send it to the inside of turn 1. Is Fake Nutson going to try and go for the switchback? He is planning that switchback, but Money Game gets ahead into turn 2, and into turn 3 he is ahead as well. What a fight between Money Game, Fake Nutson, and Spanel. What a fight. That is truly great. Yeah, Utilito just needs to keep it clean. He can win against Psycho, as hello Ben. as well. Hello. But currently we've got Utilito is still leading this race, but both have no battery. Utilito just cruising now. Both Psycho has that battery. As now, is it going to be a move into turn 11? As he's going to try and see the opportunity. He's going to try and go for the slingshot at turn 12. 12, yes. Is now through to turn 13. Is he going to try and go for a 5? He's going to stay behind for now. He's still got 6 laps left in this Grand Prix. Yeah, great racing so far, especially between Spano, Fake Nuts. As now Psycho's into the pit. Is he going to? He will make it into the pits, and he's going to try and go for the undercut. But Utility needs just now to push as hard as he could, because if he doesn't push it off, expect to see Psycho as a race leader, unless he gets any traffic, which is possible. He could get traffic. Yes, he's going to get traffic with Tootie Boy and Liam. He's fighting currently into turn 1 as Liam going to try down the inside of Tootie Boy. He does get the move done into turn 1, but Tootie Boy fancies a switchback, and he's going to be switchback central through turn 1, and he's going to make the switchback work. He goes down the inside, leaving plenty of room. This is nice racing. Milo Bello as well trying to go for the move on Fake Nutson, as now side by side through a once more through nearly a quarter of a lap, and unfortunately Liam is going to be behind, but he does get that DRS, which is going to advantage him into turn as they make a bit of contact with wheel banging. But it's going to be Liam. Is it going to be Tootie Boy into turn no, I think it's number 8 or number 9, as number 9 now through currently with now, but it's such clean racing between us. It's going to be 4-way fighting now. It's going to be pretty much a 2x2 here, and it's fantastic race, nearly 3 wide into 16. Is it going to be contact? And someone has spun, and is that Psycho? It's Psycho! It's Psycho spinning. Psycho has spun. Oh dearie me. Oh, this is... Oh, there's nearly contact between Tootie Boy and Liam there. Jamie still gets a penalty for speed in the pit lane. What a race. Fastest time trial lap. Let me go and race that and find out for you. I've got to go my other phone because I've just got a new iPhone 14 Pro, and I've literally got to switch between my iPhone 12. But I will find out for you right now. Find out. I've got to sign in through PS. But anyway, whilst that's happening, Psycho's going to try and go for a move on that is Uchecho, who lets his teammate pass. I'm not sure. I think they were fighting realistically, but yep, I've got that. Okay. France, yep. I've done a 129.7, which puts me, which is top 1,000 in the world. 981st in the world. If you're asking for that, Ben, 129.781 is my fastest lap on racing there. I just checked. But now Psycho's closing it. Oh, Checho though is quite close. Quite close. With Dvory and Steps as well trying to get involved here, as the Dvory's on those fresh softs and the Steps with those 4-lap medium boots on his tyres, and he's going to try and push as hard as he can to try and maybe go for a move to try and fight against the Steps, and maybe try and go for the Il Checho, but Psycho really struggling here, it seems, with grip, and he's lost all of his battery due to fighting with Utilito. But now Il Checho is going to try and maybe go for a move. I don't think there's any team orders down at Aston Martin. I think that Silverstone out are just going to try and get the most point. Logitech G29, and also that lap was set of no traction control. Yeah. Yeah, I actually set that up with no traction control at all. That's Chacho and Jorty started fighting now as Jorty actually goes down to P3, but he could keep that position P2 because of that penalty from Psycho. But Il Checho, keep in mind, he has those soft tires. Yeah, I use medium, but after the weekend league, or into F1 23, I will be going on no traction control. I will announce that publicly. I will be going on no traction in F1 23. Unless I forget. but yeah, because of course, maybe soon I will maybe get a Fanatec setup. Yeah, it does help you because of that throttle input, of course. Getting that throttle earlier, also doesn't really make the engine go that very like that kind of like that full kind of like it makes it like it's like overloaded, and with no traction just makes the throttle just go a lot more smoother and just gets a lot more uptime. It doesn't give you like 5/10, it only gives like maybe like 2-3/10. Nah, mate, I'm fine. No, I probably will go for like a very brand new setup. I probably will go for the CSL DD wheelbase and then the eSports V2, and then with CSL pedals. If that's gonna happen though, I'm not exactly sure. I might stay on my Logitech G29 still because it's still quite new. I bought in 2022, so of course I want to use this to the end. When it died, because like, I used my last one. And yeah, it worked quite well, but since I think 2021 I started using wheel, which I was very slow at. I was very quick on controller. Oh, not very quick, but I was very quick now on wheel. And yeah, but currently let's get our topic here. But now Jorty, I keep getting our name wrong, man. Load sub health. I'll have a look at that when I'll get. Psycho's got another penalty. Psycho has another penalty. Wow. So that could promote Jorty up to the podium. And the Warriors will can get up steps. I don't think about steps. I think steps. Maybe Money Game as well can get up to P7 into the top 5. But what is going on in this race for Psycho? 2 3-second penalties. I hate the pedals on Fanatec. Yeah, I'm not. I don't know about the Fanatec, but of course, if I get a PC, there could be a slight chance I might advance to PC. And although like the PS leagues I'm racing on, I might quit those. Doesn't mean I'm gonna leave Gavra racing for good. I will probably still be in there, but of course I will be maybe commentating more than driving, most likely. But if I get a PC, but because I don't have a PC at the moment on me. I've just got a PS5 at the moment. But anyway, Utility now is starting the final lap of this Grand Prix. We've still got around 5 kilometers to go for the Alpine drive. He's going to take us as good see 2 different winners. Yes, second race of Weekend League 2. But 2 more. There's going to be 2 different race winners in 2 races, which is quite nice to see here. But still, one thing to look at: Il Checho versus Jorty. Jorty with those quite old tyres, and with Il Checho with his quite new tyres. But it's going to be difficult, I think. But Dvory has saved all of his battery. Just look at his battery, 20% still. And he's going to maybe go for a move. They're all eyes on Dvory now. And he's going to go to the outside. He blitzes past Jorty. Is he going to try and go for a move? As Dvory goes a little deep, as Jorty tries to go for the switchback. And he manages to get the throttle and gets a very good exit. But can Dvory stay ahead? Yeah, I think no, he's not going to keep P2. He's got 6 seconds of penalties. Utilito will win the race though, 100%. But Il Checho will take P3 most likely. And someone has spun. There's contact between, I think that's Frank Barting and Luffy at the back. Unfortunately for them. But can Dvory defend the caliber of Jorty, who started P2, down to P5? But he could make... Is it going to be a podium for him as Utilito takes the checkered flag and he wins, and it's going to be 11 seconds to Utilito, and Il Checho will take P2, Dvory P3, Jorty P4, and Psycho will be P5. And that is the race. Of course, everyone's finishing now, but of course I'll cut through the race results. And one more thing, race interviews are back. So if anyone wants to do an interview, if anybody's in the chat from Weekend League Tier 2, if you want to join an interview, quickly drop Gavra a message and I will interview you. It's a bit of like a scary way of saying it, but yes, I will go for an interview with you. No pressure, you don't have to, but if we would like, it will be very appreciated for some post-race debriefs. But yeah, very good race, I think. Very good race. Enjoyable from start to finish. Oh wow, what a day. What a race. That was such a good race. But yeah, GG Money Game, from 19th to P6, just absolutely mental pace there from Money Game. Great job from you, mate. But Utilito, and it's an Italian one too. Well done. Well done, Team Italy. If anyone here from Italy, then nice 1-2 for both of you. Congratulations to both of them. And anyways, so I will quickly just introduce. But you got podium celebrations at the moment with Utilito, Il Checho and Dvory on the podium for what is going to be Utilito's first win of the season and his second podium, and Psycho outside the top 5. That mix up the championship. I'll quickly wait for the podium celebrations to finish. But Gavra, let me know either in commentary chat or in Twitch chat if anybody who's willing to do interviews. If not, we'll just mark it off there. But yeah, I will be doing an interview. Of course I will. But anyway, let's quickly go for the standings. So we've got Utilito taking first, Il Checho second, Dvory, Jorty and Psycho taking the top 5. Money Game, The Steps, Spamel, Fake Nutson, Milobello taking the top 10 with Sick Boy, Cable Monkey, Tootsie Boy, Liam, Luffy, JMB Surreal, Frank Martin, Jossing and Scatcher finishing the top grid. But I think that's the race. I think that's it. Still interviews to be done. I'll quickly just go on my phone just to see if there will be interviews. Oh wait, I'm muted. Hold on. Oh no, that's on my thing. But yeah, Gavin, let me know if there's anybody wants to do it. If there's no interviews going on, then I think that's just it. Of course, later will be that Weekend League Tier 1 interview. Don't think they want to do. Okay, that's fine. But let me know if anyone wants to though. But I will be more than happy to do so. Yeah, some people don't want to really reveal their voice or anything, which is absolutely fine. Or maybe they just don't want to really talk about the race if they have the bad one, or if they even have the good one, they probably just don't want to talk about it. Anyway, I think Discord's crashing. I think it's just because of the amount of, because I was charging my laptop at the same time, so which overheated the laptop quite a bit, and then caused just some applications just close, unfortunately. But if that's everything, then later in an hour and a half we'll have the Weekend League Tier 1, which I'll be driving or commentating. I don't think I'll be commentating, I think, but Jack will give El Checho. Okay, great. Joining this channel, or is he going to join a different, or are you going to go for a different channel? That's great to hear. Then I would need to increase my volume to its max. Yep, I got it. Hello, El Checho, can you hear me?
È stata... sì, ti sento, ti sento.
I think you can hear me, El Checho, if you can.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, great. So, talk about how the races went today in the Weekend League.
Yeah, the first race is very complicated for the start of the season. I make 3 mistakes. The 2 penalty, the first for track limit and the second for the limiter pit lane, and the third is the spin lane, the second third. And the second race is better than first because I more feeling with the car, with the truck, and the results of the second race is better than first.
That's great. But one more question from me. Also, you've got a podium, I believe, second place in the second race. So, how do you feel about getting a podium last race?
Yeah, and I'm so happy for the podium in the second race, but I think it's a good race for me, and I stay focused for the next race. Yeah, I'm so happy for these results.
Great. That's everything from me. Thanks for joining the interview, and good luck in your next race. See you later.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, Money Game. I think you're next. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Alright, so talk us through how the race went.
It was alright. I preferred the second race because I made more overtakes than the first.
Yes, of course. From that P19 to P6, I think that race. So talk us through how was it really difficult overtaking the drivers around the track?
Yeah, there's a couple of crashes. Like my friend had a crash, but I got no wing damage. So, and then I fly, and when I had softs, I just easy made it with people on mediums.
Yeah. One more question before we finish this interview. I think you had P6 and P4. How would you feel about those results? And could you maybe improve the results going into next race?
Yeah, I'm feeling more confident for next race.
Okay,
But,
great. That's great. Thank you for joining the interview. I think that's everybody. But thanks, Money Game. Great results from you, and hopefully more from you to come in the future after that performance in the race too. Well done.
thank you.
All right, thank you, and I think that's everything. See you, Money Game. Okay,
Yeah.
guys. So, yep, see you. Anyway, I think that's everything. Thank you everybody for joining. We've still got the Weekend League Tier 1 after a race after this in around an hour and a half. We've still got remaining in for the Weekend League Tier 1, of course. Stay tuned for that. It's going to be 27 laps and 80-minute qualifying around Paul Ricard, same track, and different drivers. It's going to be very, very interesting, but stay tuned. And thank you everybody for joining, and also thank you Money Game and Il Checho for joining the interviews. Really appreciate that, and we'll see you all for Tier 2 next week. Jack will probably be commentating. Also a reminder for Friday as well, if you're interested in GT7, there's also that Friday race around, I think it is Nürburgring. So make sure, if you're interested in GT7, contact XNattyG if you're interested in that. But thank you everybody, that's all from me, and it's been GRL_Viper commentating, and I'm out. See you all, have a good evening.